James Conner in the backfield on the right side of Big Ben. Motion by the tight end McDonald down the line left to right. And the snap goes high over the head of Big Ben all the way back to the 2 to the 1. And the Browns have it in the end zone. And they dive on the ball and recover it for a touchdown. Carl Joseph's got it in the end zone. A touchdown.
Not a bad start.
6-0 Browns. Marquise Pouncey just sailed the ball over the head of Big Ben, who looked at James Conner. They raced back towards inside the 5-yard line. It went into the end zone. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph were over there, and Joseph recovers it. Calling signals, takes the snap, gives it, Chubb runs, dips his shoulders, he's to the 40, 35, he's to the 30, cut back 25, he's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Nick Chubb, he's over 1,000, and the Browns lead 6-0. James Conner in the backfield on the right side of Big Ben. Motion by the tight end McDonald down the line left to right. And the snap goes high over the head of Big Ben all the way back to the 2 to the 1. And the Browns have it in the end zone. And they dive on the ball and recover it for a touchdown. Carl Joseph's got it in the end zone. A touchdown.
Not a bad start.
6-0 Browns. Marquise Pouncey just sailed the ball over the head of Big Ben, who looked at James Conner. They raced back towards inside the 5-yard line. It went into the end zone. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph were over there, and Joseph recovers it. Calling signals, takes the snap, gives it, Chubb runs, dips his shoulders, he's to the 40, 35, he's to the 30, cut back 25, he's to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Nick Chubb, he's over 1,000, and the Browns lead 6-0. James Conner in the backfield on the right side of Big Ben. Motion by the tight end. McDonald down the line, left to right. And the snap goes high over the head of Big Ben. All the way back to the 2, to the 1. And the Browns have it in the end zone. And they dive on the ball and recover it for a touchdown. Carl Joseph's got it in the end zone. A touchdown.
Not a bad start.
6-0 Browns. Marquise Pouncey just sailed the ball over the head of Big Ben, who looked at James Conner. They raced back towards inside the 5-yard line. It went into the end zone. B.J. Goodson and Carl Joseph were over there, and Joseph recovers it.
All right, guys, we are ready to go. We are live. Welcome to Load the Box Browns Week 1, baby. We're finally here. It is football season through and through. We are so excited that football is here. No doubt about it. Ready to get hurt again. Let's do this.
Right.
Hey, you know how it is every year. You know, we end with such sadness, but at the beginning of the year, we think we're going 17-0.
We have hope. Yeah.
Yep. But guys, my name is Chris Paxidis, and that is Eric Mienko. We are very excited to get into this. Got a lot of things to talk about. First and foremost, before we get into that, Mienko, I want to know how your week was.
My week was very, very up and down. So Sunday, I had my fantasy football draft. I host my own league. We're legit. We got our own fantasy football belt, like championship WWE style. We do it in person. I smoked 3 racks of ribs. That whole thing was crazy. The ribs were delicious. Some of the best ones I've made so far. So I was very excited about that. Draft went well, although I had the 5th pick, which was very upsetting. But then Monday morning, my son started getting sick. So we had to deal with all that, and then found out he has pneumonia. He's just now, being on Wednesday, able to start keeping stuff down. He got some rice, some Gatorade, some water in him, and just today he's able to start keeping stuff down. So hopefully he's on the upswing. But yeah, it's definitely not. It's been a whirlwind of events.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, I'm glad he's getting better. For me, it's been business as usual. I did a lot of adulting. On Saturday, I was like, went and got my oil changed because that needed it. I went and renewed my membership at Sam's Club.
Okay.
Bought some items in bulk. Got the kid on the way. You might as well start getting things in bulk.
We're a Costco family, so
I had a Costco membership, but I was like, which one's cheaper right now? Sam's Club was $45 compared to $60. I'm like, screw it. And I think Sam's is closer to us too.
Well, not soon. Soon it'll be.
Oh, well, yeah, but I'm still
in Westchester.
I wouldn't go there though. When that opens, it's going to be so busy.
Have you seen the size of it?
Yes, the company I used to work for was in charge of testing out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, just testing, not just concrete, just everything. Trust me, I had spent many hours out there. But it's just going to be busy.
I got my first view of it the other day, and I was like, holy smokes, that thing is going to be huge.
Yeah, our baby doctor is actually right next to it.
Okay.
The Tri Health right there.
The Tri Health, yeah. That's where I go for my doctor.
There you go. So, did a lot of filled up the old gas tank at Sam's Club for cheap.
Yeah.
Filled it for $52. Nowadays, that's not too bad.
No, not at all.
Oh, and then went and bought some baby stuff too,
Exciting.
Just a real adulting day on Saturday. The rest of the Labor Day weekend didn't do a whole lot. I did a seafood boil Sunday night, like a Louisiana style seafood boil.
Okay.
Where you take potatoes, smoked sausage, corn, some onions, some shrimp and crab, and you boil it in this big pot, and you add like Zatarain seasoning, and get real spicy. And that's actually the thing that I love making the most, and my family screams for it all the time. I actually make it every Christmas. That's what they want to eat at Christmas time, is a big seafood boil, or I call it my shrimp bowl.
Obviously, I know it's not seafood, but if you have anybody in your family that has a smoker, one thing I beyond recommend is spatchcocking your turkey.
Oh yeah, I've seen
It's a
that.
and it's a funny word, but I am telling you right now, if done properly,
Yep.
by far the best turkey I've ever had in my life.
I need a
I don't
smoker.
like turkey. I
How do
don't
you
like
not like
turkey at all.
turkey?
I don't. I eat it
Turkey's
two
amazing.
times, 3 days out of the year. Our family Thanksgiving, Angie's family Thanksgiving, and one day after. That's it. I don't touch it.
Wow, turkey's
Um,
awesome.
but when we did our spatchcock turkey this year, I think I ate it 3 days out of the turkey leftovers we had.
Wow.
So I
Yeah,
mean, it's very good.
I want a smoker myself. It's just I have a charcoal grill that I can smoke off of,
Hmm.
which I've done before. That's an absolute pain. You
Well,
know,
that's why
because
you get it. What I did was I got a pellet grill, and it's been huge. I
yeah.
mean, the things I
Is
can
it
do on that are incredible.
so that's not one of those like electric smokers where you just plug it in
Hmm.
and go, okay, pellet
No,
grill, you
see,
gotta watch it and
no, I don't have to watch it.
oh
I have
really?
my grill itself. I plug it in. I set the temperature. It goes to
Okay.
whatever temperature I select for mine. And a lot of them don't have that, but for mine, you select the level of smoke you want, like how much smoke flavor you want in there, and then set the temperature. I plug my little probe in, and it tells me when it's done.
Wow. Okay. See, I smoked a brisket on my charcoal grill. It turned
Okay.
out it was my first time smoking anything. I know what I would do different. I think I
Oh,
overdid
sure.
it. It was a little too hot. So it was too
Yeah,
hot, cooked for too long. So a little overdone. My temp
sure.
was sitting around 270. I think I needed
It
it.
was high.
Yeah, exactly. And that's hard to regulate that with charcoal.
Oh yeah.
I was learning. It was my first time ever doing it. But I was out there all night with it,
Yeah,
making sure it was good.
the
So,
thing I've learned with smoking is you don't want to do something big the first time you smoke. You want to
oh, I
learn your
said
grill
screw it.
before you
I
really do
said
it.
screw it. We're going hard.
Yeah, you're looking for roast beef
Listen,
at that point.
it was good though. I won't lie to you. The flavor
Yeah,
was good. It was just a little overdone. You live and you learn.
absolutely.
But with that being said, let's move on. So before we really talk about week one, the Browns did name their captains.
Hmm.
Team voted. Now they're also going to be doing like they did last year. They're going to have like game day captains as well.
Sure.
They'll have that, but they still have their normal captains. And your Cleveland Browns captains for the 2022 season are Joel Bitonio, Nick Chubb, Miles Garrett, Anthony Walker, and Charlie Hewitt.
All great picks.
Yep. I am a-okay with that. Yeah, so there's our captains for this year. Pretty I mean that's pretty much what we expected for the most part,
Yeah.
at least on offense and defense. So there you go. We also have our unofficial depth chart, which
Hmm.
I'm going to go over as well.
I think there's too many surprises there.
There's
I think
really,
everything is what we expected.
it really is. I mean, on offense, you know exactly what it is.
Yeah, the nice thing was that Jack Conklin is listed as a starter. I didn't know if they were going to have him there, if he was going to start or not.
Yeah, that is nice to have him there. On defense, right now they have Jordan Elliott and Taven Bryan starting at defensive tackle. The
I think it's been the
linebacker,
plan since the start, though.
I agree. I just wasn't sure if Perion Winfrey had maybe made that move up. I wasn't quite sure. Your linebackers, we know it's JOK and Anthony Walker and Sione Takitaki. Corners right now they have Denzel and Greg starting. Safeties, we know strong safety Grant Delpit, free safety John Johnson. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Kick
Now
return.
there is an interesting move. I don't know if you were going to mention this, but
Yeah, go ahead.
D'Anthony Bell is listed as the backup, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, they have D'Anthony Bell behind John Johnson
Right.
over Richard LeCount.
Right.
So That's
So it's, that's one person that we kind of talked about last week
yep.
as somebody that, I had been hearing the hype about, but didn't really pay too much attention to. And then
Yep.
you watch the way he played in preseason, you're like, okay, this kid's for real. And then you see that it reflected itself on the depth chart, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yep, good for him. He worked his
Yep.
ass off, and they got it. So there you go. Also, at kick return and punt returner, they have Demetric Felton. I think we all expected that.
Yeah.
Would have much rather have Jakeem Grant, but
of course,
football gods had other plans for us. So thank you. Also, I think the Browns did sign Jesse James at tight end, so
I like that move.
That is news. I like that move too. It's much needed help.
A proven veteran that if we need a third tight end can come in and help.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Excuse me. Oh, that came out of nowhere. So let's move on to the injury report. Now, we're going to do the injury report for both teams, and this is a tale of two different reports.
Yeah.
One report has a good amount of players. The other report has two. And we are not the team that has two players on the injury report.
But look at who practiced though.
I am, but still, I don't like that many names on there.
Sure.
With this early in the season, it's nerve wracking. So right now, Clowney was listed with an elbow and an illness. He did not practice. I'm not too worried about him.
They said the illness was the reason he didn't practice. It wasn't the elbow.
Yeah. Jack Conklin was limited. Grant Delpit was also limited, as well as Greedy, Chase, and Michael Woods. Greedy, Chase, Michael Woods, all limited with a hammy.
I'm not worried about that.
I hope Greedy. I'm a little nervous about Greedy because he's always dealt with that injury.
There's a neck last year.
It's always something. I thought it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago. It was the neck.
Yeah, it's just always something with Greedy. But hopefully he can pull through and play. Let's see. AJ Green was a full go. So was Ronnie Harrison, Isaiah Thomas, and my man Chris Hubbard. Full go.
Love that.
Yep. And so if Jack Conklin doesn't play, it will be Chris Hubbard starting for him. I hope we get Jack, but I love having Chris Hubbard back.
Yeah, he's a great backup.
He is my boy. Yeah. I've been preaching about him, and I missed him so much last year. And God, did we need him.
Oh, yeah, him being gone was a huge factor for us.
Yep. And then we move on to Carolina, and their tight end Giovanni Ricci, whatever, he was limited with a hip, and their kicker Eddie Pinheiro was full go.
Okay.
Carolina's pretty healthy.
Healthy.
Well, I know. I'm just saying they're a pretty healthy team right now. So we listen, I'm not gonna put this lightly. We got our work cut out for us. And it's not just because I think Carolina is that good, because I don't think they're going to be as good as what people say. People are saying that Carolina is a playoff caliber team because they got Baker Mayfield there. I've seen that all over ESPN. I've seen that all over Twitter from people.
If ESPN your source, that makes a whole lot of sense.
The ESPN's gone downhill quite a bit. I'm just saying it's almost like they hated Baker Mayfield when he played for the Browns, and as soon as he got away from him, oh my God, he's
underrated.
Yep, he's underrated. And it's like, guys, can we make a decision here?
Mm-hmm.
Can we make a decision? I mean, the Baker Mayfield was treated like absolute dog shit last year because he was hurt. talking about how bad he was. And even though he was hurt, they're like, oh no, he's washed up, overrated, he's done. And now, oh my God, he's so oh yeah, I called him a bust. Now he's underrated because he's on a different team. Let's call a spade here. Let's not act like Carolina is like the premier place to go right now. I mean, their coach is on one of the hottest seats in the NFL right now. I think honestly, it wouldn't surprise me, like if they start off bad and they only win out of the first 6 games, they only win 1 or 2 games, Matt Rule might get fired.
I don't have to pull the trigger that early, but I mean, I think if you get to 8 or 10, then maybe. But yes, you're correct. He I think it's probably him and I mean, who else can you think of that's really on that hot of a seat?
Maybe Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They went to playoffs last year.
That's what I said, maybe, but you know how Dallas is.
Yeah.
You never know what they're going to do.
One you could think of, but they just re-upped Cliff, so.
No, I think Cliff is just fine. I mean, they made the playoffs last year.
Very good coach.
I'm not. They made the playoffs last year. That's all. So I think he's okay. I think Cliff Kingsbury's okay.
There's another one I had in mind. I can't think of. Dan Campbell. That's another one that you got to think of.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I know they're building and they had Hard Knocks this year, but
that Hard Knocks was very good this year.
I need to watch it. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Listen, my man MCDC is a hell of a dude. Okay,
he's picking the Lions all year long, 17-0.
Hey, let's go Lions and Browns in the Super Bowl, baby. That's it. You heard it here first.
Could you imagine?
Dude,
I think the NFL will actually combust.
Okay, it's like it'd be like when the Indians played the Cubs in the World Series. Mm-hmm. Like the one year we make it, we had to go up against the team of destiny, the fucking Cubs, who hadn't won one in 108 years.
Right.
And if the Browns and Lions make it to the Super Bowl, that would be. I don't know, man.
I don't even think the NFL would combust.
I don't know if the NFL would show it.
Sounds about right.
If Mahomes or Brady or the Chargers aren't in it,
Rodgers.
Or yeah, and what's the point?
Right.
Hey, you know, a guy can dream. That's my picks this year. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Plus, you know better.
I know. I ain't saying. Nah, we'll do our Super Bowl picks at the end. Just beginning of the season Super Bowl picks. You know, we always do something. But anyway, so I do not think this Carolina team is as good as what a lot of people think it is now. Right now, the Browns are 2.5 point favorites. That's it. This is going to be. I do think it is going to be one of the closer games. I don't think it's going to be a blowout either way. Yeah. What I want to know is what kind of offense is going to show up for the Browns. What are we going to do? Yeah. I mean, we have the best running back room in the NFL. Jordan, if you're watching, we have the best running back room in the NFL. You try to tell me the Colts.
With who? Who's the backup? Jonathan Taylor.
I can't remember.
Nyheim Hines?
He also said that Jonathan Taylor was the best running back in the NFL, period. I mean,
you can make an argument for that.
That's what I said. No, like, you can argue with that. But he said, no. I'm sorry. I got that wrong. He didn't say the Colts were the best running back room. He just said they had the best running back in the NFL. And he also said there was another team. He couldn't think of it, but he said there was another team that he thought had a better running back room than the Browns.
Ooh,
that's what I said.
There's no one even close.
No, there's not. That's the thing. Like,
the Saints, the Packers,
they're down to Alvin Kamara for 6 games.
I don't think he's not been suspended yet.
He has been.
No, it's appealed. They got pushed back because of the court date.
Oh,
they're saying he may not get suspended at all this year. I mean, the only team I can really think of could be the Packers, because you have Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon had a very good year last year. I mean, if you were to say the Vikings to the Cook and Madison, no.
I think
Neither one of those guys are better than Kareem Hunt.
It's a good running back room, but it is not the best.
No.
The Browns by far have the best running back room in the NFL. By
just
far.
Like the Colts. You cannot say that Nyheim Hines can even sniff Kareem Hunt's jockstrap. Not even close.
Not right now. Not right now.
I mean, other than that, you think of the elite running back rooms. I mean, Pittsburgh, there's no one behind Najee Harris.
Yeah.
You think of who else? Who else could there be? Tennessee? Who's behind Henry? No one.
Who's behind what's his dumbass name in Dallas?
Zeke? I mean, Tony Pollard. That's comparable, but Zeke is nowhere close to Nick Chubb anymore.
No, he's not.
If Pollard was now and Zeke was 3 years ago, you can make that argument very easily. And I could listen to the argument.
Yeah.
But now, no, Zeke has diminished quite a bit.
And I think Nick Chubb has already proven himself to be the best back to come out of the 2018 draft too.
Yeah.
God, I remember people were telling me that year of how stupid I was for not wanting Saquon at 1. Because the Browns drafted exactly how I wanted them to draft for the first 3 rounds.
Yep.
They did everything that I wanted them to. I'm sorry, the first 2 rounds. Everyone I picked.
Magical until Baker.
I wanted Baker at the first. I wanted Baker at 1, Denzel at 4. I wanted Nick Chubb in the second round.
Yeah.
It completely fell the way I wanted it to. And Browns looked like geniuses grabbing Nick Chubb in the second round because he was by far, I think, the best running back in that room. He's better than Saquon.
For that pick.
What?
They still do look like geniuses for that pick.
Yeah, they do. I think Nick Chubb is better than Saquon. I think that's been proven.
Sure. It's not close.
Saquon Barkley, he's good when he's on the field, but has he ever been a Nick Chubb type of running back? No.
Well, even then, the asterisk is when he's on the field. It's like McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's
great when he plays. But when he can't play, he's not available a lot.
Take that away from Saquon, though. Let's say he is on the field. He's not as good as Nick Chubb. I'm sorry, he's not. He's great. He's a great running back when he's on
healthy,
the field.
He's very close.
Oh yeah, he's close, but he's not as good. I'm sorry, he's not.
I don't think you can say that because he's not had a full season where Nick Chubb has. That's the problem. When he's available, he's very good. But the problem
Nick Chubb has been hurt, yet he still produces.
And he shares carries with Kareem Hunt.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So there you go. Like we said, Browns are 2.5 point favorites. And for me, I don't mind letting Jacoby Brissett air the ball out a little bit because you have to do that to keep the defense honest.
Sure.
But damn, use your running backs. You got them.
I think what they're going to plan to do is this. They are going to play this game a lot like the offense was last year. Heavy on the running game. Then you're going to use play actions with Jacoby Brissett, get him out of the pocket. Then you're going to use your tight ends. Obviously, Njoku will be a big part of the offense. Hang on 1 second.
Good catch. He lost his light.
I did lose my light. 1 second.
We lost camera too.
Yeah, we did. I didn't want my face to be all distorted. But as I was saying, I think Njoku could be a big part of the offense. I think that overall, our offense is going to be, I think very similar to what it was last year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I agree with you. I agree. There we are. Welcome back.
I'm back. But I think, and I don't know if you want to go ahead and jump into our keys to the game, but I'll kind of go ahead and give mine. The number 1 key for me is simple. Myles Garrett against their rookie left tackle.
Yep.
That's your key to the game right there.
I agree.
It's the number 1 key.
Yep.
And the number 2 key is to what, Jacoby Brissett needs to not turn the ball over. That's it.
Yeah.
You do that, the game's over. It's a win for the Browns.
I happen to completely agree with you. For me, if I had, I'll give two different picks, two different keys to the game. For me, it's for the secondary. Blanket those receivers. They got DJ Moore. We know that. We also, you know who we have? We've got the Warden.
Yep.
Lock his ass up.
Yep.
Who do they have other besides DJ Moore? Not, I mean,
Robbie
yeah,
Anderson.
who had one foot.
Chenault. He's a good young receiver.
I mean, yeah, but I like our secondary a little bit better.
I like Greg Newsom to lock him up. Yeah.
Yeah. I like our secondary against this matchup. So I say lock up the receivers, lock them all up, make Baker Mayfield sit and think, because the longer you lock up the receivers, the chances of him getting sacked go way up.
Honest to God, you know what I want to see them do?
What?
Just give me a zero blitz all game long. Just give me a zero blitz all game long. Baker will not be able to handle it.
He hates those blitzes.
He hates them.
Yep.
If he is under pressure, he is awful.
Because he's going to roll out. He's going to roll out to the right. It's done. You get him to roll out, game over.
Yep. Agreed. So
that's one of mine. Lock up the receivers on offense. For me, it's pretty damn simple. Run the fucking ball. Run the ball.
Yeah.
Utilize your best running back room. Run the ball. Jacoby Brissett is not a Deshaun Watson. We know that.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a serviceable, good quarterback.
Yeah.
He is not a top 5, top 10, top 15, top 20 quarterback. Maybe top 20. Maybe. There's an argument. He'd be at the ass end of that list if he was.
Right.
You need to utilize your running back room. That's what I think.
Yeah.
And I think if the Browns do that, I think eventually that defense is going to get gassed. And when they get gassed, that's when you hit them. That's when you hit them with even an option. If you want to run some sort of option class or RPO, I don't care.
Right.
Something, a play action after you gas them. So that's my keys to the game. It's our keys are pretty simple, you know. It's pretty simple. Let the defense do their fucking job. Let that let that defensive line eat. Myles Garrett up against a rookie left tackle. He should be licking his chops right now.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Did you see what Baker Mayfield said about the pregame?
No, I didn't see that.
It wasn't anything bad. It was actually kind of funny. He said he said the only gift he wants from Cleveland is for Nicholas Jamal Chubb to give him a hug and maybe for him to say a word.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
That I read that and it made me laugh. I was like, all right, that's funny. That's funny because we know Nick Chubb is not a talker.
No, but you also know that Baker is Nick Chubb's guy.
Yeah.
Always has been.
Oh, yeah.
Although I will say, speaking of Baker Mayfield, I don't know. I know I sent you the shirt, but when I see that shirt that he put out for the week 1, to me, it's kind of one of those things of, and it's always been this way, right? With Baker, it's always been, can this guy stay out of his own way?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to pull up this shirt for you. Let me bring it over here. It is look at that. And so for those of you who can't see it, it says Baker Mayfield in quotes off the leash, live and in person, Carolina versus Cleveland. So he's
is it a big deal? No.
But just
the whole off the leash thing, the doghouse, the cowboy hat with the number 6 on the front, it's just all little things that are kind of like a big middle finger to the Browns.
Which is fine. He feels scorned.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not showing maturity in this.
Yeah.
Like,
everyone keeps saying they want him to be mature. They want him to be a leader. They want him to be this and that. And he keeps putting his foot in his own mouth. And it's always insert foot here. And it's just, it amazes me. Each week you hear him have a comment and it's like, okay, why did you need to say that? It's kind of like my 6-year-old. I have to tell no all the time, buddy, why did you say that? Think before you speak. Think before you act. Don't just do. And it seems like that's what he always says is I just do. I do what I want because I'm Baker Mayfield. I'm from Texas. I walked on to Oklahoma. I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. Hear me roar. Skip Bayless loves me. That's all that matters. Like, dude, just shut up.
Yep.
Be the quarterback. Like, be humble. And he's not.
You know how the Browns started this week? On their first team meeting this week for week 1? I saw a slideshow. First slide said the Browns have not won a season opener since 2004 against the Ravens. That tells you something right there.
If they are not hungry for this game, this team will go nowhere this year. This game and this game alone is probably the biggest opener that we've had in a very long time for 2 major reasons. Number 1, Jacoby Brissett. You get to see what the guy you're going to have for 11 weeks is going to show you. Number 2, you're on the road against your former quarterback in Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
It does not get bigger than that. He has been borderline toxic to your team for how long? Everyone's been stating that, right? So what is it going to take for you guys to get motivated? If not now, when? Week 2 against Joe Flacco? Week 3, week 4, week 5, when? You know, this is the week. Stop the streak. Break the curse.
Yep.
If not now, when?
Exactly. This is a perfect week. Is the perfect game to come out and shut everybody up. Everybody says the Browns are going to do nothing because they don't have Deshaun Watson for the first 11 games. Everybody's saying that. Everybody's saying that Baker is going to be such a better quarterback. Prove him wrong.
I agree.
You need to prove the front office right that for them trading Baker away. So do it. Just go out there and do your job. Go out there and do your job.
I agree.
God, I hope we leave this game with like 7 sacks. That would be great.
Yeah,
that would
Miles needs what, 4 sacks to pass Clay Matthews?
Something like that. I had to look. So early in his career too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know he's got one more game, you know, but still, so there we go, guys. I mean, that's the key right there. Hopefully we come out of this week with a dub. Hopefully I want to have a victory Wednesday next week.
Amen.
God, this game would feel good to win. It would
feel beyond good to win this game.
Yeah. It's a shut your mouth, leave us alone type of game.
Yep.
And we won't have to talk about Baker Mayfield and the Browns for another 4 years, assuming he stays with Carolina. You know? So with that being said, Mienko, let's go ahead and get into our picks. What do you say?
I am down for that.
All right. So real quick. I want to say this first. Last year, I know we had Kyle doing it, and with the 3 of us, it was a fun competition that we wanted to, have something fun at the end of the year. Something fun for you guys, something terrible for the loser being me.
Yeah, loser being you.
it was so we thought this year we're just two guys. It's not as fun. We're still gonna do it for bragging rights, and maybe we'll do something stupid at the end. Wear something stupid or whatever for our Super Bowl show. I don't know. We'll see. We'll come up with something if we do decide. But we are not doing a one chip challenge anymore, because if I lose again, I won't do it, man. It was so bad the last time. I have broken many a bones on my body. I have been tased and had a stun gun used on me. No, I didn't break the law. I volunteered to have a Hamilton SWAT officer tase me in high school. It's a true. I went to a school. It was called Butler Tech for criminal justice. Okay. You call it a vocational school, but vocational school sounds bad. It's called a technical school for my last 2 years of high school. Mienko actually did something similar. So, which is different program.
Same exact program.
Yeah. And because I was in to be a cop, they tased me. That was the worst pain I've ever felt until I ate that one chip challenge. I would get tased again over doing that. And the night after, let me tell you, I still felt it. And the other end, that wasn't great either.
I am very happy I didn't have to do the one chip challenge.
Oh, I bet you are, man. Yeah. With that being said, we're not doing it.
Go ahead.
But let's do these picks.
All right. So let's start it off. I'll let you lead. Buffalo at the Rams.
Buffalo at the Rams. Give me Buffalo. I think Buffalo's going to come out on top that game. It's going to be a shootout. But I think give me Buffalo in the end.
I think I'm going to go the Rams only because Tre'Davious White's not playing.
I forgot about that.
If they had their starting, their best corner, I may probably go Buffalo, but that is a tough trip to go cross country though.
It is. I completely forgot about that, but whatever. I've already locked it in.
Yep. Next one I think will probably be unanimous, but it is New Orleans at Atlanta.
Yeah, give me New Orleans 100%.
Yeah, I think
Atlanta's going to be a real bad team.
Yeah, but I think if they had 3-4 weeks to kind of gel, this may be a different game. But the first game of the year, I think it's going to be New Orleans.
I think New Orleans is a playoff team this year.
I think so too. Next we have San Fran traveling to Chicago.
San Fran.
Yeah, I think that's an easy dub.
Chicago's another bad team.
They are bad. Next is my least favorite game of the week. The Schittsburg Squealers going to the bandwagon city of Cincinnati.
Give me the bandwagoners. I think Mitch Trubisky is going to look like shit this year. Supposedly he's looked better in camp, but that's fine. Can't wait to see Kenny Pickett getting sacked by Myles Garrett eventually.
I honestly think that's the only reason they made Trubisky their starter is because the offensive line is just that bad. But I have a quick story to tell about the Bengals fans. I had an argument today on Facebook with one of the fans because one of their quote unquote fans said that the Browns are stupid for trading for Watson, which I have no problem with that. I'm still not huge as far as a off the field standpoint on the trade.
Same.
But then he said that they're stupid and they make bad decisions, but he's a Bengals fan and that the Bengals and the Steelers don't do that. I said, hang on now.
What?
I said, hang on now. Pac-Man Jones,
Fontes,
Joe Mixon, Vontaze Burfict, James Harrison, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger.
Antonio Brown.
Just how bad of a player how off the field.
Oh, you're talking about you're talking about like the Bengals and the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Okay, I forgot you said that. I was like, wait,
and
what?
And then he was like, well, Pac-Man never had any arrests before he got traded to the Bengals. I said, no, please read this article. And it had like 13 different things that he had gotten in trouble for, one of which was he tried to hire a guy to kill somebody else. I said, no big deal. He goes, well, he didn't have any cases pending. I said, okay, so because he cleared the cases before he went to the Bengals, that means it was okay. But because the Browns traded for Watson and he had cases, that means it was not okay. Even though Pac-Man got in trouble lots of times after that.
Yeah.
Well, I never said I condoned it. I said, hang on, read your comment. So I was like, and this is why I don't get in arguments with Bengals fans.
Yep.
Um,
Also, Mike
even
Vick
though,
put that one on the list too.
yeah, it was Pittsburgh. Yeah. Um, all right. So we'll go ahead and move on. We both picked Cincinnati. Next we have Philadelphia at Detroit.
Man, I want to go with the MCDC Lions, but I'm not. I'm going Philly.
At home, though?
They also sold that game out. Did you see that? This is
No,
the first time since 2017 that it's not a Thanksgiving game that the Lions have sold out a game.
Let's go. MCDC, baby.
You're going MCDC?
No.
No.
Philadelphia is one of my dark horse teams.
Yeah, give me Philly as well.
All right. Next we have this is gonna be an easy one. Indianapolis at Houston.
Give me the Colts. I think don't be surprised if the Colts win that division.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Matt Ryan has still some in the tank, and I think he just needed a change of scenery. I think Matt Ryan is underrated. I think he's been underrated the vast majority of his career, minus the 2016 season when he won MVP.
And this is a team that is much better than almost any team he's ever been on.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have Julio Jones catching the ball anymore.
But don't slouch on Michael Pittman.
I'm not. That is a well-rounded Colts team. And I can you just imagine Andrew Luck playing quarterback for that team?
That'd be
yeah.
Pretty special. But all right. So I picked
Colts.
Indy as well. Moving on. This could be an interesting game. New England at Miami.
I'm gonna go Miami on this one. I am not sold on Tua at all.
Right.
I am not sold on that. But ever since Brady left New England, the Pats have not been the same team.
That's true.
So I'm going to go with Miami to win this game in a heartbreaking fashion for the Pats.
I am gonna go New England only because it's week 1 and I don't know who Tua is. And it's a Bill Belichick led Patriots team, and I think if they lose to the Dolphins, he may combust in week 1. I think if this was week 2 or 3, maybe 4, I'd probably go Dolphins. But because it's week 1, I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
I gotta do things a little bit different than you, which is why I picked Miami, but it wouldn't shock me if the Pats win that game. I mean, it wouldn't shock me at all, but I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see. Next we have the Baltimore Ravens going to the New York Jets.
Give me the Ratbirds.
Yeah.
Did you hear
plus Joe? I don't know though. It is the Joe Flacco redemption arc.
Oh, it is. That is true. Speaking of that, did you see what Lamar Jackson said?
They have till Friday.
Yep. To do a contract extension. No, I don't think it is either. Do you think he's going to walk though? I don't think he will. I think
they'll franchise tag him over anything next year, so he's not going anywhere yet.
But will he play under that franchise tag?
That's a good question. We shall see.
I love it. I love seeing it.
I do too. This game, this could get a split from us. The Jaguars traveling to Washington.
Man, I want to go Jags here. I really do. But I do not trust that team at all. I think they have a good head coach in Doug Peterson. I think he's a great head coach. He should not have been fired by Philly. I think they were insane to let him go.
Yeah.
But be that as it may, I don't think that Jags team is where they need it to be. So give me Washington, but I don't know. It's going to be kind of an ugly game.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be a very good game.
Yep, same for me. All right, next game. Tennessee or New York Giants traveling to Tennessee.
Oh, give me Tennessee. I'm not a big fan of that Giants team.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Easy choice to choose there. I
will say, I like Brian Dable as the head coach. The Giants. I remember when he was a Browns offensive coordinator years ago, and I absolutely hated him when he was offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
But it was also I think it was his first year being an offensive coordinator. I think he's learned quite a bit.
Sure.
I think he could be a good one in New York. It's just they just got to replace Daniel
They need more
Jones.
time. Yeah.
I don't think Daniel Jones is a good quarterback.
No, and I think that you'll find out a lot about Dable after, a couple of weeks to see where his offense is going to be.
Yep, I agree.
Next next four games, I think we could easily split. So I will switch and I will go first, just so you can be different.
Yeah,
if you want to.
yeah.
So next is Kansas City at Arizona.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's a very, very good game. I am gonna go KC, only because I don't see Andy Reid starting off the year slow, because this team is revamped and different than what it has been, so they have to start up fast.
I will agree with you in that one, but man, I'm tempted to pick Arizona in that game. I am very tempted, but I am going to go with Kansas City. Angie Minko is in, saying just here to say go Browns. That's right, Angie. Man, I want to take Arizona, but I definitely not against Andy Reid.
I understand it. Yeah, I think if it was a different team, I'd probably go Arizona, but it's really hard to go against them. Although it is at Arizona, so it could be a different atmosphere. But yeah, no, it's got to be KC. Next game is going to be Las Vegas traveling to LA to face the Chargers. I am going to go with the Chargers. That is my Super Bowl pick from the AFC.
I agree with you, man. I don't want to split I kind of wanted to split these games, but I agree. That's the thing. I'm not gonna split a game just to split a game.
Right.
I think the Chargers will win that game. I do think that is a better Raiders team. I'm curious to see what Devontae Adams is going to do with Derek Carr.
Yeah.
I am curious to see what Josh McDaniels is going to do as a Raiders head coach. But my gut is telling me to go with the Chargers, and I'm going to go with that. Jordan Hawthorne is in chat saying go Panthers, which, Jordan, while you're here.
Yeah, this is perfect time for this.
I was telling Mienko about how you said the Browns did not have the best running back room in the NFL, and you couldn't remember the team that was better. So if you can think of it, please put it in chat. We got to know how wrong you are. Yeah, I'm going Chargers.
Awesome. All right, so while we wait on Mr. Wrong's answer back, I will go ahead and tee up the next game, which is perfect timing, which is the Packers against the Minnesota Vikings. And I believe this will be a complete blowout, and I am going to go Packers.
Wow. You think it's a blowout?
I think it's a blowout. It's a brand new head coach, even though they're at home. Brand new offense. Yes, you still have Justin Jefferson, but I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to be really hungry this year. I think he has a lot to prove, and Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that I don't want to have something to prove, at least in the regular season. We're talking playoffs, I may go differently. We're talking regular season here.
I mean, I do think the Packers will win, but I think it's going to be a closer game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Jordan says, I told you I looked and must have been incorrect, numbnuts. He also says the Vikes by 75. And then he says Anthony Schwartz would be a wide receiver 1 on Green Bay right now.
I guess we'll find out who the wide receiver number 1 is going to be come Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, what the question is going to be is who's going to cover him.
Yeah. It's a good, yeah. But yeah, I like Green Bay in that game. I think it will be a close game, though. I think it will be close. It's week 1. I do like this Vikings team, and I won't be shocked if they are a playoff team. I think they are an elite quarterback away from being Super Bowl contenders. If they had
playoff contenders, yeah.
I think Super Bowl contenders. If they had an elite quarterback, they would be in talks of being a Super Bowl team. That's how much I like that Vikings team.
Okay. So moving on, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Dallas. This game I am torn on.
Man, that's a hard one. I think I know who I'm going to pick, though.
I think if Dallas had Michael Gallup, I would go Dallas. But because they don't have Gallup, and I have no idea who their wide receiver 2 is, I'm going to go Tampa. Now, it does concern me that they don't have Godwin yet, but I think that Brady is Brady, and their defense is still very good. So we shall see what happens. I'm going to go Tampa in a close one.
I'm unfortunately going to agree with you. I really
Damn
wanted
it, man! You're supposed to disagree with one of them.
I wanted to disagree, but at the same, I almost picked Dallas. I mean, I was this close to picking Dallas, but I mean, you make a good point with Gallup being out. I don't know who they have to fill that role. So, give me the Bucks. This one, I think we're going to agree on the Monday night game.
Oh yeah,
I think
we agree on the next two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is easy. If anyone chooses Seattle, you're high.
Especially with
I want a little bit what you're smoking.
Especially with Geno Smith starting for Seattle. You give me the Broncos all the way. They are my 4th hated team in the NFL, but I'm not stupid. So we're both going Denver, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be close.
I don't think it will either. I think Russ gets another win in Seattle.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be even close.
Yep.
And then obviously we have our game of the week. I think I know where we're both going with this, and we have obviously our Cleveland Browns traveling to the Panthers. I am going to say that we win a close one. I think that this year for the Browns games, I think we give a score. And
I
for
agree
this
with you.
game, I'm gonna go 20-17 on a K York game winner.
Give me 24-20 Browns. 24-20. Let's go. I honestly think that the Browns, I think that this is going to be a statement game to shut everyone up, to shut Baker Mayfield up, quit running the mouth. It's to shut everyone up. I want that defense absolutely explosive. I don't want them. I want to hold these fuckers scoreless.
I would love it.
I want Baker running for his life. I want these receivers to be scared to go up against our secondary. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I want to run the ball down their damn throats. I want Nick Chubb to go for 200 yards. Give me 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Give Kareem at least 75 yards and a touchdown. Maybe Brissett does something. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he just doesn't turn the ball over. That's really what we're looking for here. But I tell you what, I think if we make Baker run for his life, like you said earlier, I think it's going to be a long day for him. And I think our brownies are going to come out on top on this one. I really do. We haven't won a season opener since 2004, and I think this is going to be the game.
Yep.
This is the game to turn things around for this franchise yet again. We can do it. We can do it. It's time to nut up or shut up. I like to say this in games when I'm playing video games. This is a clutch or kick moment. Clutch up or you get kicked.
Yep.
So let's go. Clutch or kick. Come on, Brownies. Come on, Brownies. Bring us home a win. Bring us home a win. Angie says, I hope Miles makes another gravestone. I hope he makes a gravestone every week. That's what I hope. But with that being said, guys, that has been the show. that has been our week 1 show of Load the Box Browns. Guys, it is here. Week 1 is here. I cannot wait to talk to you guys next week. And hopefully, and if the football gods are watching, please let us come to you next Wednesday on a Victory Wednesday edition. We need that. This city needs a win. This city needs a win more than ever. This team needs a win.
Amen.
But with that being said, my name's Chris Paxitas. That's Eric Mienko. You have been watching Load the Box Browns, brought to you by Unified Athletic Wear. We are going to end it how we always end it. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Hoo, hoo.